Different genres. Goodness, first question though is I've made so many films, it's hard to keep track of them now. I have done a few horrors, yeah. Mostly short films though. So done literally just done a feature film last year, nice. Which was a horror. NDA, sorry, can't speak much about it. But no, jumping from genre to genre is a challenge because you've got to know your genres, like absolutely know them. Otherwise, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed if you don't know your genres and if you don't know the context of what they're about as well. That's not to say you can go against the grain as well. Be fresh, but yeah, I think knowing your genres is a good start. Knowing what you're actually going to shoot as well in terms of like the context, it's a big question. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. I've got a question for yourself though. I saw themes of like autism there, and I think it would be really important if you were to show that. Have you got any plans to show that to like say educational spaces where they could benefit from like say that side of society?
Not currently, no. I think if we were making something with that direction in mind, it'd be a little bit more informed. Because it's something that was received that we weren't intending. But if we were to make something that was, like I said, a bit more in that direction, I think we'd do a little bit more research into neurodivergent experiences in that. Because it's interesting, isn't it? Because there is definitely a scope for it.
Yeah, I've worked in SEN, and it's so cool to see like people with neurodivergent people. It's like they got superpowers. How fixated they get on something, and they're obsessive with something. But it's amazing. They know the intense detail of a certain thing that they're fixated on, and I think I found quite inspirational to those people. Nice, and I'm not speaking on behalf of them, but I can see if it would motivate them, it would make them feel really good actually. So that's why I mentioned.
It's no Rain Man, but
yeah,
it's a joke.
but yeah, I think it would be really important if you enter that space.
No, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think this is the good thing about having it exposed to different audiences as well. It's like everyone receives different things and takes different insights and gives you ideas for moving forward on projects about stories that you can tell and stories that you can tap into.
As a producer, there's massive funding in that, by the way, guys.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There you go. Do we have any other audience questions? I mean, use your voice, guys. Yeah?
This is directed to director of Dreamcolour, Jamie. There's in your film, there's a lot of like imagery regarding hands, and I was wondering like what was the inspiration about that? I know like Robert Bresson was big on showing hands and the significance of that. I was just wondering if it's a big influence in your work.
Yeah, it's a nice reference. I remember reading an interview with Steve McQueen, and he was saying that he thinks of himself as a filmmaker rather than a director because he likes to forget about all the theory and work with his hands and with actors, and it's a weird way to come out, but yeah, and he's very involved with the sensory element of his films as well. Everything that he makes, you can really smell and taste and feel, and I just thought that it would. I was watching a series of essays that Mark Cousins did called Women Make Film, and in one of them there's like a chapter telling you how to make a film in different like, so the first chapter is like about how to begin a film, and like one of them is about how to make a film believable, and they were saying I can't remember the term, but like having little moments that suddenly make the film feel like you could reach out and touch it. And I think that just my hand going across a wall, for me, I can kind of suddenly feel the film rather than I'm just watching it and thinking about it. It feels more tactile. And I just like that element of making something that was in my head, like a feeling that was difficult to describe in words, feel external, like you could touch it. Because I think that if things are tangible, then you can deal with them. It's less abstract, and there are more steps to thinking, okay, I've got this feeling and I can shape it or put it to one side, or I don't know. I just think hands are the bridge between a metaphor and people understanding that it's a real thing that's happening to someone. I feel like I explained that really terribly, but I like your question.
Well, with that, I would like to give a hand of applause for the filmmakers. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't ask you boring questions.
No, you're fine. Thank you.
But off we go to the next session, please, John.
We've got a
Thank you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
25-minute break now, so the bar's open.
Have a nice